the member for Greenway and the Shadow Minister for Communications. I want to thank her for coming to the Central Coast. Today we're here to discuss telecommunications and the NBN. The NBN and internet connectivity is vital for businesses here on the Central Coast, particularly in Robertson. It's also vital for individuals to connect and also vital for people to access community services and health services and vital infrastructure. And with that, I'll hand over to Michelle. Thank you.
Michelle, if you could look at me.
Thanks very much, Gordon, and it's great to see Dr. Gordon Reid out and about, and I know one of the key issues that's being raised with him by local residents is the importance of the best quality high-speed broadband access, and unfortunately that is something that is not being enjoyed by too many people in the electorate of Robertson. Labor has announced its plan to increase fibre access in the existing copper footprint to up to 1.5 million premises, and around 40,000 of those premises will be here in the electorate of Robertson. It will be an important game changer for too many people who have suffered slow and unreliable broadband utilising an out-of-date copper network that unfortunately the Liberals decided would be a better idea than Labor's original full fibre plan. It's unfortunate that Australia has slipped to 65th in the world on the latest broadband speed rankings, and we know how important broadband is, particularly coming out of the pandemic. It's important for small businesses, it's important for working from home, for remote learning, and for an overall better quality of life. And it's so important in an area like the Central Coast that residents have access to the highest quality broadband. So very pleased to be here with Dr. Gordon Reid today, because we have up to 40,000 premises who will benefit from Labor's proposal.
In 2013, the Coalition came to government with a promise of faster and cheaper broadband. What have you to say to that particular policy?
Well, clearly that hasn't happened. When you look at the multi-technology mess that was left behind in 2013, when Lucy Wicks was elected the member for Robertson and Malcolm Turnbull was Communications Minister and then Prime Minister, we have too many people left behind on substandard technology. It is a deeply inequitable situation, and that has been borne out again during the pandemic. We've also seen the cost of the NBN virtually double from the promised $29 billion, and we unfortunately have too many people left behind, as I said, on substandard technology. Under Labor's plan, we will have up to 7 in 8 premises that are currently suffering under a substandard copper network being able to access fibre, and that is a great thing.
Will you be prioritising business and schools, education, health precincts? Is that part of your policy plan?
Well, the principle that we apply here is what is most economically feasible. And that is why, utilising the geospatial analysis and the information we've gained through various Senate processes, in particular Senate estimates, we are able to understand that these areas we have selected and these communities will fall within that scope. So we are confident that areas such as Avoca Beach, the small businesses and so forth surrounding them will benefit from our plan.
About 25% of the Robertson electorate already is on fibre, therefore a large amount is not. What will this do to the percentage of full fibre connections on the Central Coast approximately?
Well, certainly that should increase to a rather sizable percentage. As I said, it's up to 40,000 additional premises who will benefit, so that is a great thing.
This is a re-announcement from November. Are we going to see a lot of this rehashing ahead of the election?
Well, to put it plainly, this is about how this will in particular benefit the electorate of Robertson, and different electorates will benefit in different ways. Since our announcement in November last year, we have undertaken that geospatial analysis so we can get it down to a localised level. I think it's important, once political parties make announcements, to demonstrate how that will benefit local communities, and that's what we're doing today.
It has been said that it is going to be quite expensive. Where will the money be coming to fund this?
Well, this will be funded through NBN Co's existing processes, which is funded off budget. It could be a mix of Commonwealth but also revenues from NBN Co, but they are matters that we would take advice from in government.
Gordon, in your campaigning for the seat of Robertson, have you heard firsthand about problems to do with the NBN?
Absolutely we have, and that's right across the electorate, all from the northern boundary all the way down to the south and into Mangrove Mountain. and those more isolated areas. NBN connectivity, fast, reliable internet has been a problem on the coast now for many years, particularly under this coalition government, and that's something that Labor is looking to rectify by expanding access to the NBN right across the electorate. And I'd also say that connectivity has also been an issue. So this week we were here with Anthony Albanese. We made a commitment of $750,000 to the Mangrove Mountain community to expand telecommunications infrastructure in that area, so that not only can people connect, families connect, but also businesses can continue to operate and people can communicate with emergency services and health services, which is vital.
One particular sticking point on the mobile network is at Kilcare, which has been promised for many, many years for a better Kilcare tower. It seems to be stuck in nowhere. I noticed Kilcare was mentioned in your announcement last week. Have you got anything further to say about that?
Absolutely. So the Kilcare-Hardies Bay area has had significant issues with telecommunications and connectivity now for quite some time. And the local providers have actually made some progress in their approval processes to get their infrastructure up and running. But if there are issues regarding terrain, or if there are issues where it may not be economically viable, the Albanese Labor government is willing to co-invest to get that infrastructure up and running.
Will this announcement also help those in Dobell, in the electorate of Dobell?
Yeah, so there'll be further announcements that are made closer to the election. Today we're going to focus on Robertson and the suburbs here that are going to be improved by an Albanese Labor government's plan for the NBN and for telecommunications and connectivity.
When will people in the seat of Robertson benefit from this? I mean, when will it be finished? When will they be able to, get that service? And also, will it be superseded by other technology by the time they receive it?
No, sorry. I'll let you talk, Michelle.
No, sure.
Sorry.
Well, coming to government, this is obviously a priority for us in the NBN space, so we will commence work on that immediately. In terms of competition from other technologies such as 5G, it is an absolute fact that some of the older technologies such as copper are more susceptible to competition from 5G, and that's really where we know NBN Co is losing revenues. It's where people wish to have the best technologies, they're not going to settle for second best. So the reality is, the longer that this is left with people not having access to fibre in these areas, the more this impacts on the budget bottom line in terms of NBN Co, and ultimately it means that people aren't getting a better service.